From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert Weather.
Tonight, I'm tracking some potentially inclement weather for us. We're talking about the chance of some freezing rain developing in our area tonight. And as we go into these evening hours, you will see that this moisture is continuing to move into our area. There's some snow around the Cascade area, and it looks like a mix of wintry precipitation is falling around the Ontario area. Any reports will be appreciated today. It's kind of hard to figure out what's actually falling at the surface. You can see my Twitter handle at the bottom of your screen if you want to share any of what you're seeing right now. So with the chances of freezing rain, there's definitely some hazards that are opposed with this, and that's because this ice can coat surfaces completely, and it can be really hard to spot. And it also weighs down trees and power lines, really anything that's suspended. And it has, in the past, with ice storms, it does make trees fall. So those are some of the things, some of the hazards that we'll be watching with this. We're not expecting any large accretions like we saw in Seattle or Portland, but it definitely doesn't take a lot to make for some dangerous conditions. You'll see that a lot of these areas in purple have extended from what we were talking about earlier this morning, and these are all areas where we have a chance of seeing that freezing rain today, including in the Sun Valley area, though that risk looks to be less than in valley locations. So these are the areas that we'll be watching as we go throughout the evening. So I just want to point out some of those cities so you know if you're included in this. All the way north, Council, all the way down south through including Nampa and Caldwell, now including Boise, and all the way towards the Magic Valley as well. So here's some of the timing of this, what we're going to be looking at. As we go into the next few hours, we're going to see more of a snowy start for some areas, and then we see that switch towards the freezing rain potential in Treasure Valley areas. That's tonight at 8 o'clock, continuing into the morning hours on Sunday. And then in the early morning hours, some of that freezing rain chance shifts towards the Magic Valley area. And then we have another chance of rain starting late Sunday night and into Monday morning. So now that we have the outline, and let's show you how some of that plays out. Here's that snowy start that we're expecting for some of those areas. And there's that starts that wintry mist, then freezing rain risk. And then we see that moisture continuing to move east and south. And then we see that risk moving to the Magic Valley area. And then we get a bit of a dry spell from the late morning hours on Sunday, in the evening on Sunday, and then Monday morning we're expecting some more of that rain. And so the reason why we're expecting freezing rain for some of our wintry precip is because we have multiple different layers of cold air and warm air. And depending on the thickness of that warm air layer, we could be seeing the freezing rain because we've got cold temperatures at the surface because we have an inversion in place. If that warm air layer is smaller, then we talk about a rain-snow mix, but we will continue to be tracking this, and you can see if it was all cold air, then we would just be talking about snow, but that's not the case because we've got warm air that's advecting in from the southern regions, and we've got that high pressure in place, and that's why we're seeing such stable conditions, and that's why part of the reason why we have those inversion conditions, keeping those temperatures below freezing in valley locations. So temperatures, you'll notice for tomorrow, are going to be on the warmer side, probably some of the warmest we've seen in about a week or so. And as we go into those mountain areas, you'll notice it's going to be above freezing, and in the McCall area, we will be seeing temperatures near the high 30s. And these high temperatures are going to be just now above freezing for the valley areas. We've been below freezing for more than 3 days now with that Arctic air that's been moving in. So that's why we will continue to be tracking the chance of wintry precipitation through Sunday. Monday, it starts to move back into rain, and we see a continued warming trend and even more rain before things switch back to a rain-snow mix. We'll be right back with more of the news at 5.